These Afghans are going about their daily lives as usual, but they know Afghanistan is heading for an uncertain future, and many are angry the United States failed to bring them what it promised: peace.
We did not see that peace. Instead, insecurity increased after they announced the peace process. The security situation is very bad. These shopkeepers cannot operate at night. People cannot go to their home when it gets dark because they are afraid. But if the Americans are leaving now, they should leave responsibly.
In an unannounced visit to Kabul hours after the withdrawal announcement, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken assured Afghan politicians that the United States remains committed to their country.
The United States will remain Afghanistan's steadfast partner. We want the Afghan people, countries in the region, and the international community to know that fact. It's also a very important message for the Taliban to hear.
But with violence rising across Afghanistan and the absence of a peace deal between the government and the Taliban, it is not clear what this commitment will look like.
For the first time in 20 years, and with foreign troops leaving, Afghanistan will have to defend itself alone. And many people are questioning whether its security forces can do that.
President Ashraf Ghani said Afghanistan's security forces are fully capable of defending the country. NATO ended its combat operations over 5 years ago, and the Afghan security forces conduct over 95% of all combat operations. Yet, they still heavily rely on U.S. air power and are trained by NATO troops, who in a few months will also be gone. The Taliban insists that the U.S. sticks to the May 1st deadline, saying in a statement that if it doesn't, problems will be compounded. Some Afghans are optimistic.
It is a good decision that the foreign forces are leaving Afghanistan. This is good for the Afghan people. Today, Afghanistan's good security forces are able to defend the country.
Fears of a civil war and a Taliban takeover are high, especially among Afghan women, who worry whether the gains they've made in the last 20 years will be protected.
I feel a little bit frightened, to be honest. Also, other women that I've spoken to today and yesterday who are leading women's activism, they had a conference actually today, and women are very frightened. They feel that they don't know what's going to be happening, and there hasn't been any parameters set on women's rights and the future of women in this country.
But the U.S. military says it hopes to leave Afghanistan with a chance for peace. And the first sign of this will be just days away, if it's able to convince the Taliban and the government to sit at the same table at a peace summit in Turkey. Filio, Kontrafouri, Al Jazeera, Kabul.